So do you truly want to understand what it is to live an abundant, rich life? Because I'm sure you've watched video after video, podcast after podcast, TikTok after TikTok, attempting to find something that moves you. It may move you out of bed. It may move you to the gym for about a week, but it doesn't inspire you. You've heard definition after definition, meaning after meaning, but what really sticks? What really sticks to you? You've heard everybody else's definition and meaning, but how do you define it? In this video, we'll be depicting the layout of what it is to have an abundant, rich life. And there's 4 pillars to this, okay? 4 pillars of what it is to have, live, embody a ultimate, unlimited, abundant, rich life. The first pillar, health. The reason why health is so important is we would give our last breath, our last bit of money, our last bit of time to assist one of our loved ones in them being in a hospital or them being on a deathbed. We would assist them. So this goes to show you how important health is. You can be a millionaire. You can have all the money that you've desired when you were a kid. You've dreamt of this financially. Now you're here. But you have a beer belly. You have a fat gut. So do you really embody what it is to be a rich, wealthy person? Financially, yes. But you're fat, so your health is declining. Your life to enjoy this moment of wealth is declining. It's a paradox. You've climbed your way up the ladder. You've climbed your way up the financial ladder just to fall right off on purpose. You did all of this, reached peaks, sacrificed, alienated yourself. You secluded yourself, studied, worked 50, 60, 70, 80-hour work weeks, years, decades. It took you this long to get here just for you to fall down on purpose because of your health. Your health is on the decline. And that's the imagery that I'm painting for y'all. Okay? Your health is so viable. Your health is so vital to enjoy the wealth, to enjoy your family. Anybody out there who is worth something and has something in their heart that moves them, like truly, it moves you. It inspires you. Inspire is the definition of inspire in Latin. And inspire means breath, wind, right? So when somebody, something, a circumstance is breathing life into you, okay? It's breathing life into you. It is creating a situation for you to obtain. Not just for the moment, for life. This inspired you. This talk, this push, this situation. That's why pain moves a lot of people, because you have gotten inspired through what you didn't succumb to, what you didn't agree with, what you weren't ready for. So being able to take a step back and focus on your health along the climb to your wealth is so important. Now, one of the main things that I focus on while it's making videos and streaming and journaling and reading and setting aside time for myself, even though I'm by myself most of the time, I get up and I get out. That's my motto. That's my quote. Get up and get out. Do you know it doesn't take very long for you to achieve 10,000 steps in a day? Let's say you got an Apple Watch, a Fitbit, or your phone in your pocket. You go outside, you take 3 laps around your neighborhood. 2-3 laps around the block. That's already 4,000 steps, 3,500 steps, just like that. You go inside, maybe eat, cook, clean, read, the cool down period, and then you go back outside before the sun sets. Just like that, 10,000 steps. Now you do 10,000 steps in just a weekday. You got 50,000 steps. Do you know what that does to your heart, to your lungs, to your kidney, to your overall longevity of health? Now, like I said, if you're worth something and you have had a situation that was unbearable, that should inspire you. And don't even get me started if you got kids, a niece, a nephew who you love like your own, right? If you're a father, a mother, a parent, teacher, guardian, a coach, whatever, a trainer, of course, whatever. Your health is important. Your health is so important because what is the price you are willing to pay financially for your life? Yes, you'll be granted this briefcase of money that you've desired. You manifested. You got it financially. But I told you that you only can enjoy it for 72 hours. Would you take it? Would that $10 million be suitable to you then? No, because you can't enjoy it. Your health is depreciating. Your health is bad. And that's the first pillar. So taking care of your health. Now the second pillar of a rich, abundant life is your wealth. It's your wealth. And this goes in order. That's why I mentioned health, then wealth. Right? Now, if you're worth anything on this earth, on this planet, then you are going to do things for the people that you love. You working right now, you working your job, you've been there a couple years, right? You don't really like how they treat you. You don't like how they talk to you, disrespect you, and they just have your career in their hands. So you may be getting paid well, you're getting paid pretty good, maybe you went to college and you study for this. You got your bachelor's degree, master's degree, possibly. Or you just know your crap, you just know your shit. They still have your career in your hands. You're getting paid good money. But it's in the palm of their hands and they can drop you or blow you away at any given moment. Now, depending on how you look at the glass, it can excite you or it can ignite you, no pun intended. You either get fired or fired up. You should make an escape plan. Now, you feel less than when you don't have adequate amount of money. Now, before y'all go into the discussion of, oh, so you're just going to have this piece of paper and give it a strong value. If it was a supply and demand and a bartering exchange with pebbles, we would still be speaking this way. If it was with rocks, trash bags, and that was our way of money, way of exchange, that was our currency, we would still be talking the same way and viewing the same way of money, because that's our money. And so you don't want to continuously feel that, because money is not everything, but not having it is. The more you hold on to a concept of, I'm okay with being broke, I'm okay with being poor and poor-minded, that's when a certain amount of vices attack you because of the level that you're at. It's all about frequency and imagination. The frequency that you are residing in can only live amongst this neighborhood. In the hood, there are dogs, cats, Rottweilers, animals just roaming the streets, no leash, getting into people's trash. You go to a neighborhood with white picket fences, cars parked out front or in the garage. They got pools on the side, basketball courts outside. A lot of people mowing the grass, mowing the lawn. They're running, biking. That activity is not going on, for the most part. That activity is not happening because it's a certain vibration. It's a certain energy that invokes the neighborhood versus the hood. Just by me saying that, you understand, right? Now that's a social strategy, but yet and still, it's metaphysical. So you don't want to continuously feel bad about not having money. You know what it's like to always ask people. You know what it's like to always wait for other people for a ride. Doesn't feel well. You want to be able to do things for other people. So you would aspire to help humanity, not consistently take from it. Because guess what, y'all? A taker is always, and I mean always, this is a constant. A taker is always going to ask the user. The taker is always going to ask the user because they're never going to say no. They are never going to say no. So also implementing that source of wealth mentally, creating that idea, creating that. Well, first we have to break away. We have to break away from the falsehood and the fallacy of not being able to obtain $100,000 annually, $1 million annually, $10 million annually. The word impossible only stemmed from a construct of too many people thinking I'm possible. Impossible, break down the word, I'm possible. I am. That's a mantra. That's a declaration. That's an affirmation. So the more you say that, the more you declare of the world, the more you declare of the universe. And the universe is always going to work with you when it sees you're working with it. Okay? Now, the third pillar of a rich, abundant life is love. Is love. Because you have a lack of health and a lack of wealth. So you are a loner, type C personality, mostly by yourself. You don't want to talk to people, terrible people skills. You don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to relate to people. You don't know how to naturally converse. Now, you don't always have to take everything so serious, but a lot of people in this world do that. They take every situation and they break it down like they're about to feed a baby. They got to break down the meat in 50 different pieces for the baby to chew. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear you complain. Nobody want to hear you complain about a situation that you chose. Especially those of you who are of a certain age. You would think, right? With age comes maturity. It doesn't. One's age does not equate maturity. One's age does not equate to how much life they lived. You could be 60 with no profound advice, pre-monetizations, downloads to give anybody. You're just 60. You're just an old fart with a pot belly, no wealth, no 401k, no plan, no investing strategy, nothing. And so now you are heartless. You don't have the capacity to love or to feel. Now, love is an action, right? But if you have no family around you to enjoy the wealth and your health, go to games. Go to your siblings' basketball games. Go to your siblings' football games, track meets. Be out in the sun and not be like, oh, I'm hot, I'm tired, and you complaining. You're not drinking ample enough water, eating your water, which is fruits, watermelon, kiwis, strawberries, mangoes, having those high nutrient fruits in your life. You lack love because you were chasing it so much. You were chasing a virtual reality. Now you get to your age and you become stagnant. Or you're still chasing in your mind this idea of love, so you become regretful. So you become angry at all groups of people: white, black, fat, skinny, ugly, trainer, social media, TikToker, dancer, actor, actress, cook, chef, teachers, football players, any professional. You get upset, you get mad. How come they can get this life but I can't? Because you chose that. You chose that. Losers hate the mirror. Losers consistently watch winners win, and winners consistently focus on how they can win more. Isn't that ironic? And the last, surely but not least, pillar of what it is to have a successful, abundant, rich, very rich life is happiness. Love and happiness. Are you happy? Are you happy? Can you crack a smile? Is it difficult for you to crack a smile? It's like reading. And that's why I love reading so much, as y'all can tell. Every single book that I've read, that I wanted to read, right? I was curious about, I was interested, I was intrigued. Every single book that I read, I took something from that book and implemented it into my life. Regardless of the author, regardless of who wrote it, the background, I took something that I can use. In real life, there could be an older woman that's by the lake walking, running. She got her headphones in. Now, I'm black. Okay? Surprise, right? I'm black. She is older than I am. Her limbs are not as fresh and youthful as mine. Okay? I get inspired by that. I start cracking a smile. That inspires me. Like, hell yeah, granny. Hell yeah, that shit. Hell yeah. Do you know there is a book for everything? So going back onto love, some of y'all are so resentful and greedy, you don't even want nothing on your plate, but you want everything on your plate. There is a book for everything. How to get rich, how to invest in stocks, how to be a better talker, how to get women, learning about psychology, the psychology behind women, the psychology behind men, the story of 𝗂𝗫𝗄𝗽, okay? These different imagery and non-fiction books, fiction books, these self-help, self-improvement, spiritual awakening, personal interests. There's a book for everything. Everything. Multi-millionaires and billionaires write books. And now I really know why. They put the what, when, where, how, and who all into the book. And you still question why these people are rich? You don't want to read it. You're too lazy. You want it to be put on your plate, on a platter, with a signature that has your name on it. How dare you? You can't be broke, envious, jealous, gluttonous, and resentful, but still want to be wealthy, rich, have a penthouse. You got to pick one. You can't be who you used to be and who you are trying to be, who you are desiring to be, all at the same time. You can't be that. You got to choose one. So are you happy? Can you crack a smile? Is it difficult for you to crack a smile? What can crack? You see, you got to ask these questions. What can crack you a smile? Okay, well, what if this thing, this person, this circumstance wasn't around? Will I still find a way to look at the glass half full? Will I still find a way to cherish the glass? Cherish my mind, cherish my smile, cherish my dimples, eyebrows. Or will you find a way to resent your life and think that everybody else got it easier than you did? That's the 4 pillars of a rich, wealthy, successful, abundant life. Health, wealth, love, happiness. Take care of those 4 pillars, and you, my friend, are on the path to success.